Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2 of Massalia, in which before we get down to some business, especially in politics within the Bula, the Senate, well, I have to address something first in regards to, first, they released a little hotfix for Imperator, just to fix one minor issue, and that is, apparently when you go to the province's map mode, it causes the game to crash. Which, honestly, I don't think it happened to me. So, I guess it happens to some people. But then again, not all digital copies or physical copies of games are created equal. And when they have, issues, and the developers will take a look at it and they'll fix it, sooner than you could say, write your whatever here. But for me, it's like, I guess that's nice of them. I mean, you gotta acknowledge, if I see some issues, then, well, then again, the video won't come out until later, so they'll probably have it fixed before I even post this thing. That's one. And the other one is, recently I've spent $50. That's how much it was. It was $50 because I pre-ordered Crusader Kings 3. That's coming up on September 1st. Which means that no doubt I'll get the game on release date. But during the month of September, which, of course, by that time, the Massalia series will continue concurrently. But during the month of September, whenever I have free time, when I'm not recording or bored on my days off from recording to rest my voice to do such things here, well, I would have to, play some of that game and just, learn everything from scratch there, until I feel that I am ready to do a recording series for the very first one. So, that's for the future of the Lore Master channel. The future is this ongoing Massalia series, and once this is all over, or when it's winding down, then that's when I will begin the first Crusader Kings 3 series, which I will put up a poll in the near future on which country would you want me to play as. I have the 4 choices in mind in my head. Well, not just the head, but I wrote it down in my notes so that way I can memorize it and post it on the YouTube channel. So yeah, again, that's the future for this channel. Massalia, and then the first CK3 playthrough, which I assume, depending on how long this series is going to take, based on the previous one with Tarentum, Magna Graecia, where it took about a month. Some of that I had to do it a bit ahead of time because it was brand new to me. But this, I assume not only it's going to last through September, but it may possibly finishing that series by late September at this rate, or early October. But as I said, when the series begins its last couple of episodes, then that's when I will start recording the next one for CK3. Alright, took a drink and let's get to politicking. But first, let's get our army home, because we successfully took Corsica. At least half the island, that is, and we colonized one down here. This was under the control of Etruria, which they had Corsica, and due to the Roman conquest of Etruria, which they'll soon wrap it up soon, they've got to take down this one more fort in the city. And we came in to Corsica with little opposition. We didn't take too much losses, as far as manpower is concerned. But here's the reason why. Some of you are probably thinking, why Corsica? Well, 2 reasons. One, Massalia, we live right here. But anyways, Corsica here, there's the city of Alalia, or Lalia. Even though most of the population on this island is native Corsican. There's a few Massalians that live in this city proper, which there's a mixture of populations living in this city, but most of it is Hellenic. But unfortunately, this city, not everybody's happy, and they're contributing to the unrest. And of course, since this is a province outside of Transalpine Gaul, where we live, that's our home region, we got to appoint a governor. Hopefully a benevolent one. go to governor, local research up. Well, you're a maybe. Which, by the way, Phytius. And he's looking to hire a private army. I'd have stopped him from doing that, but I don't think the Senate will like it. So it's either that or a weak-willed man who can be, I was about to say more loyal, but again, low faction approval as part of the traditionalists. And research. 10. 10. Too disloyal. But it's just a minor character who's disloyal, which doesn't mean much, so like I said, it'll be Phytius. Phytius. Which he's chosen local autonomy. Well, the vast majority of them are Corsicans. And I'm sure it'll please some people now that there's a governor in charge. A Massalian governor. There's a few Corsican citizens. Which means, when we look at culture, what kind of privileges do we have for the Corsicans? Freeman civic right. That means those Corsicans are going to be demoted back to freemen, or lower, since there is a few citizens here, because the previous owners give them some privileges. I mean, they do consist the majority of the island, so when you look at it this way, and we'll colonize more of them in the future, there are far more Corsicans than there are Massalians, so I think we have to recognize them as a minority. I mean, this does not mean that we would, wait a minute, found colony, never seen that, what's this? The best way to ensure lasting loyalty to the regions be always to send those we trust to rule for us. Let us send a number of trusted Massalia men and women to build a new life deep in foreign territory. Make this area a colony, more population assimilation, and they may lose some loyalty. Massalia and possibly send a colony in Corsica territory. I mean, this was, again, this city was Massalian Greek as a route before we got to Massalia, historically. It doesn't cost you stability, but colonial occupation, and the Corsicans won't like it. And Massalia gains colonial ventures, and we'll lose some of that national tax, so that's 2 years. Roughly. 36 months. 12 months is 2 years. Oh, 3 years. Okay. You got it right. Should we? I mean, the Corsica people will not like it because, again, we colonized this island before, at least a small part, historically, but if we want to include more Massalians there for 3 years' time, and what is our tax rate? I doubt that it contributes more than a commerce. Actually, it does. Also, get that fort maintenance down. We're in peacetime now. And we'll soon be sending to help out our friend over there to deal with that little rebellion there. And also need a little bit more shift. Just give me 3, so it'll be 8. So we could transport all of them at once. But it'll cost you half a year to do so, so stick around. We're going to be there for a while. Oh, and of course needs to be a peace. Population needs to go over there. So, again, we have 40% support from the Senate, all because I rejected the Democrat proposition that they wanted to shorten the terms. That's what they wanted to do that. And I chose not to do that. Because lowering the terms especially if it's from a different party that keeps switching, that would lower stability. That would make the population in general unhappy. We're still going to be going down from that stability because of low Senate support. Well, you just wait until this guy comes around, but there is one thing I can do. And this is going to be for the traditionalists. They're going to like this. Investment. They want directed investment. And we have, as we completed the mission from the previous episode, we have one free province investment, and we're going to entice business investments. So, 6 months' time. And we'll get another trade import for whatever we need. That's a lot of pirate ships. Yeah, we'll be careful with that. Caught red-handed. Hold in front of the boy. That's Senate to you people. Lycurgus, Spartacid, is a sorry sight. Caught with a rusty spike in hand, he is said to have been ready to strike down Craterus both in a brutal act of violence. Luckily, passers-by were quick enough to act and prevent this terrible deed. Now the unenviable task of passing judgment on the wicked man. As if we need more disloyal characters, because, you know, civil war possibilities, so we shouldn't be too hasty. Sorry, Craterus, but you are only a minor character. Let's just be careful from those from the families. They're the ones with the real power base. At least they don't have a cast spell on us in case they want Corsica. Whoa, 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 your demand on honey is high. Belga, Gallic, 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 Gallic. Go far. But hey, it helps. Honey's very valuable. Let me show you. Honey, there it is. 0.40. For the export of this sort of thing. Very valuable, because we produce 2 of these here in the city. But unfortunately here in Massalia, very unhappy slaves and tribesmen, which I'm going to look to import one of these things that'll make them happy. I've truly neglected the slaves here. Feel like they've been treated like, oh gosh, pirates everywhere in this place. Spread of ISIS. An Egyptian ship has docked in front of our city of Massalia. Are you sure they're not pirates? They're carrying a priest of the ISIS cult amongst its cargo. The Egyptian goddess has seen a growing cult in her honor. With all the rites and celebrations one usually sees among the mystery cults of the Greek pantheon. The cult is certain to set their sights on Massalia if we let them, and start sharing their teachings among our locals. But we've heard a lot of good things about this cult. Maybe it is for the better. Do we really need to lower stability even more? I'm trying to get the Senate back on us, but sorry about this, but there's no need for an Egyptian goddess in Massalia. It's kind of far-fetched. That's another thing we have to pay attention to, these possible unrests from areas. Especially that live outside of here. Even in areas that are not of an integrated culture. Which I was thinking about we should promote more towards cultural assimilation. Locally. I mean, if we try to expand Sardinia down there, I think these guys should be a promoted culture. Alright, let's skedaddle. Head to here, defeat these guys, and then go home. Watch out for pirates. Don't you worry, y'all gonna get some food now. Now we gotta do something about that little country. If we gotta get the Senate together. It would seem that Lovaniska, Maguna, the spider concentration, has managed to spread some particularly vile rumors about me. It is clear something must be done. I had to sell you for slavery for this. I get 3 tyranny? Well, yeah, why do I sell you? Plus, we need the money, because I may build something in the future. We got a lot of people imprisoned here. I mean, I can afford a little bit more tyranny. Just don't overdo it. It's only the most valuable ones. 6, 5, 5, 5. These are crappy. 10, okay. Comius, remember the name. My goodness. Oh, that's a name you can't miss. 7, 7, 10. Alright. Oh, that's a boy. 10, 7. A few more. 6, 5, 8, 10, 10. Oh, wait. That's spreading. Are you, Massalia? No, Etruscan, but Hellenic. You know, we did bring these guys in from when we took over a part of Corsica. I believe he was one of the... Yeah, he's a former general. Yeah. I remember now. Call me else. You're going. You're going to be enslaved. That's the word I was trying to look for. It's him too. Yeah, cut that out now. Just needed a little bit of money. We got a marketplace, but now, how much is it for a theater? Now we need a theater and a temple. One for population assimilation speed increase, and a temple for population conversion speed. But also, we gotta get that mill. We gotta start pleasing the slaves. They're gonna be very important to the economy in the future. But if you want to make quick cash, sell these people to slavery, even though it's frowned upon. Ah. You may have a good general, but we're better. Got the rebel. How much is she worth? 13. Okay, one more time. We're gonna get you your place back, and then we'll help you out and siege it over there. That's the Archon of the Revolt. As we sack this city, even though that's belonged to our ally, do we really need to kill their citizens? I mean, they seem alright. How much is for the mill? Okay, but let the looting be gentle. I mean, we could go overboard with this, but don't need to depopulate the damn city. Get Nick and Freeman instead of Massalia citizens. But it might be more loyalties. If we do that, then 4 times freemen in a row there get killed. As in, we kill all their freemen. No need to be cruel. Don't you know that I'm honest and wise? But we killed 2 of their Massalian citizens. Screw it, I need the money. I'm sorry about this. Sorry, friend. Commercial ventures. We encourage the merchants in the province of Alps matter time to invest more of their wealth in trade and ensure them the security of their outlays. The movement of goods benefit us all. There we go. Hope you like it. Now we need something if we can import anything, I mean, other than the salt, but no furs, no olives. Don't we have olives already? No, we do not. Why not? Not when we give up the capital bonus. None of them will. Ungrateful bastards you people are. What? We'll see to that opportunity in the future. And I gotta start pleasing the Senate more. Now get to your ships and besiege this last area. Aims of traditionalists realized. The partisans of the traditionalists are practically falling over each other to congratulate Archon Charicles for defending their interests in the Valley of Massalia, ensuring the concerns of the conservatives who are addressed to help win their support in future disputes. Politics is a game of compromise. They're starting to turn it around, but the Democrats still hate my guts. It's nice to know who are the most influential faction members. When you mouse over here. And senatorial veto is what they wanted, which they're referring to this religious law, which I do not have the political influence to do that. Of course, it'll be tyranny to pass that law, regardless. Maybe it would be best for the next Archon, which it seems the leading candidates are a bit, well, again, he may win this thing, and he's a rival of the governor of Italia, or governor of Corsica, if you will. I'll drop him off and return to port quickly before the pirates come. Plane. Fine. Make a nice load of money for blockade, but that will not do. Oof. That ain't good for this boot supply. I don't think we'll finish that siege, so we may have to go get a supply train. First time using it here. It's wine for the freemen. I need something for slaves. Low food supply. Could be too much population coming in with the migration, I guess. They're consuming too much of that. Thus, this may give us a driving reason of why I must fabricate a claim in this area, and that area too. but excellent land management in the province of Volcantia. This is here, where local officials consistently abundant harvests have to experiment with new methods of land management. Living up to their work will no doubt fill the food stores of the province, but the managers and their practices might be more useful distributed across the farmlands of Massalia. I'll spend a little. Send scribes to record new standard practices, so Massalia as the whole nation, I guess. We can colonize another territory. So, inhabiting more of Corsica, which of course is where most Corsican people live. And that siege better damn well finish before there'll be trouble. I have bad research ratio now because, you know, when you expand territory or tribesmen migrating, especially in these areas, well, you're not going to have a lot of people who are going to be researching things because there's not a lot of citizens nor nobles. Oh dear, do I want stability or Ooh, big jump. Alright, coming around now. Should surrender soon. Alright, the Civil War is over. Sorry about this, but... Well, actually, the loyal cohorts he has is 5, and this is 8, so... Just let the looting be gentle. Let's not get overzealous with this sort of thing. Come on, let's get out of here. Oh, I guess we have to march home then. That's we're exiled. Can't go in the ships when you're in exile. Well, we're still allied. At least back to being slightly stable, despite the low Senate support. That's the reason of negative stability. There's spurs for tribesmen if we wish to please them. Hang on. Again, tribesmen produce manpower and tax. But it's them I care about more. They actually contribute unrest more than the slaves do. So keep that well in mind. If there's going to be unrest, it's likely going to be popping up in these areas. Since we got all these ships. Little more money. And since we have no claims and we're not at war, so it would be best to lower the army maintenance a bit, even though it's not going to contribute much. And I think it would be better to increase the diplomatic range. That means there could be a better chance to buy some trade goods off of it. And a provincial investment cost as well. For, you know, in case we need to import another one of these. If we get enough political influence. No. Only if you can afford it. Invite to Defense League. Oh no. Want nothing to do with those. I know what you're asking. We're not quite a regional power yet. Even if we colonize 3 more areas, we'd still be considered a local power. In fact, by then, I would love to fabricate a claim here, if the Senate backs up a bit more. And then we have a claim. Thus we reconnect with Agatha, and there'll be starvation no more in that area. Oh, and locate. Don't ask that. Oh, for an alliance. Who are they? Where are they from? Neighbors. You're going on a civil war, and I think you're going to become a liability to us, so no. Absolutely not. Just wait till the next Archon, and whatever they want on their agenda, we'll let them have it. Senatorial veto, which would get rid of... Oh no, you're looking at the wrong thing. Lower the state religious happiness and go more towards divine sacrifice. Sobornia. Again, that's just too many alliances for me. Whereas these guys, at least they got the manpower up again, so we may need them again in the future. Especially in the next war. Go pick them up. I don't want them being stand there and take it up with food. If I wanted to ally one country, it would probably be the expanding Romans. Because I think I... Oh, the pirates. They're not moving at the moment. Quick! Yeah, it's a river. Food is good here. It's fertile country. Well, meanwhile, the supply train will continue to guide our food and it'll link up with the army. I'm looking for either stone or olives. And with the mill finished, the slaves are still not happy enough. Mind you, most of these slaves are Alluvians. And I know it's not an integrated culture. That's the main reason. So. If we ever get a lot of stability, then I may consider integrating them, knowing that the majority of the countryside around here is Alluvian. Big. Minister of Excellence made significant alterations to the national budget. Excellent. Doing fine. All I need is less tyranny and more support in the Senate. It's getting pretty close. Oh. Still from the traditionalist faction. I mean, I would love to further increase stability by making sacrifices to the gods, but that'll cost you. And there's very little drop in war exhaust in it, which I don't mind, because that increases the military experience. Unfortunately, he's got too many little cohorts in this one. So he gets to keep. Of course you're talking about yourself, dummy. Future reference. Which one is he? Trying to look for that level 9 Marshal. Those bastard pirates are at it again. Even though that's just farmland. Piracy is becoming a scourge in this the Sea of the Galaxy. And I'm sure they're probably going to go after this area next, so may even consider building a fort there, but it's going to cost you a lot. Plus, it would consolidate our control of Corsica. I mean, with no fort, then these people are going to go away, take advantage of an undefended island, which we'll soon colonize more of. Ah, here we go. Olives. Hopefully that'll please them a little more. If not, then I gotta start integrating the majority here. Despite the fact that I encourage cultural assimilation. As we will soon assimilate one. And converting some. It's a slow process, but do we really have the patience? Go link up with him. Just wait till whoever wins. Civil war ongoing up there. Just be at the border for future reference. Only 4 cohorts, and they're all out there, only 4 as well. No shortage of manpower. And do not forget about those guys too that are allied with them. So in a future war, that's who we're up against. Oh no, it's gonna be... The Strategos has been murdered. Damn that man. I know who he is. He's probably that head of the family, and that's why we just didn't want to do that. Okay, so the Democrats will retain control. Is it due to your popularity, your prominence? You're a researcher. Which one? Religious. Oh, pointer. Another. Ooh. You'll have it. Guess I gotta please Democrats again. Get them back on our side. Despite the fact we told them not to push for shortened terms, because that would hurt the stability of this young country. Term length. Oh no. Do they really? Shorten terms. Man, they really want it. This party really wants to shorten the terms. Well, again, I could make it happen right now, but that'll cost tyranny. So just let it come naturally, and I will approve it. Despite the fact that I am very much against it. you'll have to jump. And if there's one thing, keep up with the manpower recovery because you know how low we are. There's ever going to be a time I would love to change my Athena, but I need more stability. At least up to 60 or 65. And I can't be going out fabricating claims because that's tyranny going to cost you. It's way too much. Look how low that is. Anyways, what else do they have on the agenda? They want to build a temple in Agatha. Alright. A bestowment granted 5 holdings to the heads of families. We're a small country, so that probably won't happen, although we have recently gained territory and colonized a few, so that we may have to distribute it. What I do want is more discipline for troops in the future. And since they want us to build a temple, well, let's just make buildings cheaper. A single temple will cost us 28. Alright, I think we can push for the temple. It'll do for a time. Yes, honestly, in this game, I think they made the Republic's playthrough a little bit more difficult, especially when you're playing as a small country. And we have way more low Senate support. But at least the war exhaustion will be going down faster. Okay, let's build that temple. Even. Bad research again. These guys again. Again, I cannot accept alliance with them, knowing that I want to expand this territory, and that means we have to fight them too. And these guys. But at least the fort will hold them off while we deal with our business here. Well, as long as that war exhaustion exists, that makes the military experience go up a bit more. And I know what's the first thing that we're going to do. Oh, what the... You lower the stability. I pick up bad strategos. Very low statesmanship. That's unacceptable. Why did I appoint him there? We'll put Kratos in instead. He's got decent. At least as far as I can tell. Kindly depressed. And gambling too. Oh boy, it's the General and former Archon. These are my 2 rivals. Testament tap. I guess I'll place our trust in him. He's slightly better. Support Senate is very terrible. Just raise taxes are becoming money offensive these days. samples finished. Probably when there's no tyranny, that's probably when I will probably fabricate the claim. But war declaration, that's out of the question. You see, you can't just pick and choose these days. There's a good reason why Carthage has not been expanding explosively. I'm sure they're dealing with similar problems. Unless your name is Rome. Whom I would love to have an alliance with them one day. After I ditch those guys, when we deal with them. Which will be another tough war. And remember, if the Democrat wants to shorten terms, then maybe perhaps that is the best way. Not any of ours. Unrest has lowered a bit, and so are they. They used to be 10 some odd percent, but they're lowering a bit slowly. Maybe it's the successful conversions and culture assimilation, even though it's a very slow process that'll take you decades. Sure. Sorry, buildings. Just thinking, what's faster, simulation or conversion? Current 60 and 60 theater capital. Mismatching pantheon deity religion, non-integrated. This, like, yeah, there's some penalties behind that. Oh, it's this area again. How much? Let me see. To increase their rights. Although there's a way of disfranchising, but increasing them would cause a bit of cultural happiness. As I said, the Alluvians are the majority in this country, instead of us, where, you know, we may possibly promote those people. Possibly. I can't guarantee it. This off, because I keep seeing that highlighted. What does? Had something else in my mind, but I'm trying to think. Thinking about switching that. By the way, does that cost me a bit of tyranny just for changing that? Even though I'm the governor and ruler here? Because, you know, there's not a lot of Massalians live here. And you know about me and cultural assimilation. Although it may cause a bit of unrest, but, I don't think it'll work. Switch that back. Oh, by the way, how much does that cost you for political influence? 9, okay. Don't do that, and you encourage them to, migrate to Corsica. Having these guys over in Corsica just seems out of the ordinary. But under the governor's help, at least he's keeping things stable as far as we're concerned. And also, I want to build a fort there. Just one fort for that city alone. Knowing this will be strategically important towards Corsica. Are you plotting quietly? He's trying to assassinate me. If I tell him to stop doing that, then, that's going to lower the loyalty even more. Wait a minute. Wrong guy. Sorry with the similarity of names. Your name is Nicanor, and you are in bad health. I do not have the money to seek treatment, but I will do this. Get some money. And once I get the money, then treat yourself. Oh, what are you up to? Another civil war. He's only got one. We're on our way. What's going on over there? Did you pass an act that they didn't like? It's just one area. We can get them. Alright, low army maintenance. Don't want to rush in yet. Just wait up a bit. They ain't gonna go anywhere. And once again, no cohorts to speak of. I ought to make you a feudatory after this. Whether if the Senate likes it or not. Gotta get you in our protection so you can stop having those civil wars. Oh, they're raiding here again. Pirates are back. Go on, leave. Get out of here. Okay, they raided now. Go on, get out of here so we can move. There's a foreign ruler as a friend. Another reason of his authority. And he's looking to kill somebody. A mature individual by the name of Intricacies. I know him. He's a former Archon and General. Spoke a vision of the near future which he was found by his loved ones, having been hanged by brigands. With shaking hands, he offered all his worldly goods to the state in return of protection. The money situation is fine, but convince him that all will be well. Just needed more stability because of low Senate support as of late. Which, if these Democrats, the party that I belong to, gets what they want, then let them have it. Shorten the term so that man, the former Archon, can get what he wants. Let him run the country again. Ah, one more wouldn't hurt. We'll be coming sooner. Be patient. I was about to say, if you're wondering why are there female commanders, I believe that's just a rebellion thing. Once again, you just don't have the manpower. Once this civil war is over, we're going to be bringing you under our protection, no longer an ally, but you will help us out in future wars. Thus, it'll free up the space, and maybe we'll start improving relations with Rome. If they're willing. That's for the neighbor up north. Competing power may be bad, but sound not. Don't worry, we're gonna get along together. You choose whether. Alright, get your ship. Now hurry. We're gonna go on an amphibious landing. We're gonna give them the work. Spreading more nasty rumors about me. I would say to slavery, but I cannot. More stability. She's very valuable. Okay, just this once. Of course, Senna doesn't like that. But what are you gonna do? You idiot. You're gonna start walking. This is what happens when you have no admiral and no low navy maintenance. But hey, it helps us to make a little bit more money. Rebuild that navy in the future once you're done with all of that. They're after Corsica now. This is what I feared. Hey, with that free money... Well, the fortress finally, just for Corsica. It's to prevent unrests. Yeah, she's got my ships. Of course she would start a blockade. I'm okay with that name. Remember, first thing, even though it's going to cause tyranny, because I need to do something about that right now. Make Emporion a feudatory subject, so we could free up the alliance and improve relations with the Romans, and make them become our ally, and it'll be our traditional ally for the rest of this playthrough. He hasn't killed that man he tried to assassinate. We're getting there. That blockade's gonna make our lives miserable for this. That's it. You're coming in. Yeah, it's too much tyranny. My liking. You're the new Archon, right? Maybe we should just be friends then. If we can afford it. Okay, I got it. Go take the long way round. Back into this territory. Don't want to stop in Agatha, because that's in an awkward position. You got the food, you can handle it. And by the way, you got my ships. Give them back to me. Oh, I hate this. It causes tyranny. And the last thing I want is tyranny of any kind. And it's too damn close for a civil war. First, military tradition, Sarissa. That's what we usually start off with. It's for heavy infantry morale, knowing that we have some here. And after that, I'm gonna go for the ships. The state has deep pockets. At least that's what you believe. I'll send a lavish religious delegation. Been saving up for that. Rebellion against Carthage. Just them and them alone. What's that little country over there? Thanks for the small gift. This is going to cost a lot of tyranny for this. I mean, we barely made it up there. But it'll do for a time. As long as they don't get into trouble. Because you lack manpower. But you'll be providing us with manpower under you as a feudatory subject. That's just too much tyranny! And it's going to be enough to start a civil war by that man. Not to mention he's the governor, that's the problem. So, whenever the term comes up, pass this act. So after that then, get the Romans, then expand more. We are not an expansionist nation, but yet they call me foolish for this, but no, turn the other. Those physicians are always a problem these days. And that's going to cause a civil war possibility. Because that man, his decision, I could bribe him to stop him from doing that. That's that. It infuriates me, really. The fickle seas can bring ruin and prosperity to many locales, and the city of Alavi appears to be reaping the rewards of taking a good trading season this year. Let us hope this good fortune lasts. The economic situation like? What? Why are so many people coming to Corsica? When has it become the place to be? All these Alluvians are moving this city. This was mainly Corsican, but all these Alluvians wanted to move to Corsica to get away from Massalia. They just want to leave the Tyrannid region and they want to go over there. See? You can even tell. Ligurian tribesmen, the Alluvian tribesmen. Tribesmen. They all want to come to Corsica. But I fear that area could become a problem in the future. So just say excellent and get more tax out of them. Especially when you got a disloyal governor. And if you got a disloyal governor, that means disloyal province. Which is getting there. We still have our war exhaustion, which population isn't happy for that, but at least it ups the military experience a little bit. Just looking. No, it says nothing about lowering tyranny. We have no aggressive expansion. We are making good money. Yes, slowly but surely the Massalians are going to become a majority again here. Oh boy. More loyal cohorts. That's making the army a bit larger. So that's more heavy artillery and some more light cavalry. Fine by me. I mean, at least I didn't have to pay for it, but unfortunately we're paying them in maintenance. And that means more and more cohorts of that man. And he's plotting quietly. He's still loyal. Surprised these political parties haven't been, up and at him at me, but Kratos is coming up. He'll be in charge of the traditionalists. He's getting the most votes because he has prior experience as Archon, and he'll be just. That's good. We need someone like him. Despite the fact he's a minor character and not somebody from the prominent families. Should have done it sooner. Then again, it wouldn't hurt for Kratos to be a friend of him as well. There's room. Never accept any defense leagues because I want to expand. It will soon become a regional power after that. Oh yeah. Sometimes it's a bad idea to have foreigners as friends. Especially when it makes things worse. That won't help. Guess it'll be him. Statesmanship reasons. Provincial. This one. And loyalty population output. I mean, we are at max population. Additional cost of 20 gold. That's 80. In that case. Isn't there something like that? As I recall seeing one of the technologies. Why didn't you have this before? Unintegrated cultural happiness. That may help it a little. Civic. Convention. So this is military investment here. Oh my goodness, what have you done to your stability? Let's be friends. Still gotta keep up with this. No wonder why you keep going down. Stability, unhappy population. We may have our own problems, especially of an unruly governor. Which bribery may or may not be enough. Just give it to him. Tell him to shut up! At least it'll delay it long enough. And we may have more tyranny after this, so civil war may happen regardless. I'm surprised other countries like Rome hasn't. I have a fear of 1 iota. 41% threshold. 40% threshold. I think it could be one of those. No! This may fail that just for not doing that. I mean, you got moderate, but one small would probably make a difference. But we have very low support in the Senate. No objective for the oligarchs at this time. But if they want to shorten the terms, I definitely will. Even though I'm really against that idea. We're gonna have to save this country. Try again. Because I did not want to do that one that gets me up tyranny. If that happens again, then screw it. What do I gotta do to please the Senate other than the investment? I don't have the political influence for that. Changing the law would cause... Oh, I mean, we do have the political influence to do that, but I don't think they'll approve that. In fact, nobody's gonna get approval from anything, and we can't pass a damn thing. But remember, if you do that, the Senate's gonna be up and at them. There'll be civil war. All hell will break loose, which will definitely happen in the next episode. You could try to bribe your way out of this, but it ain't enough. What's the stability of Roman Carthage for comparison? 38? 5. That means everybody's unhappy over that. There, that's all the money I'm spending. And we'll have to accept our fate of a civil war. And whoever wants the alliance, they can come in just to help save our country from this mad Italian. Italiote. We're using that Greek term for that reference of that man who runs Corsica. I don't care anymore. There's gonna be a civil war and we can't stop it. That's the highest tyranny I'll ever have, and I'll hope it'll never happen again. At least it'll free up our slot. gonna bribe you just to hold it off. All we gotta do is just be patient. Do not pass any acts until we gotta start pleasing the Senate more. I'll consider an alliance with anybody who offers if the Civil War looms again. Little Senate approval because of the oligarchs, not a tradition. Anyways, he's really taking it to his job as general. Started working the whole infrastructure troops on him. However, with these changes, he started seeing a lot of officers and troops who are loyal to the general over in Massalia. A troubling development of what the future might hold. Again, he's still half lost. Just hope he doesn't defy me, him being a Democrat. Don't have political influence to pass what the party wants. But I think assimilation is the way. And if they don't like it here, they can go to Corsica. That troublesome island there. Led by a madman. Give me another theater. Then after that, who else? Nobles provide research, citizens provide research and manpower. Alright, which one's the area for the citizens again? Because they changed that. Freeman, Court of Law, here it is. Just simply for the sake of it. Night. Oh, not that. It's a bit money intensive these days. My popularity 59. Don't have the money like I used to. Can't do anything about that unless, you know, we fabricate a claim, but I need to start giving what the Senate wants. But remember, if you let them shorten terms, but that's just to improve approval for Democrats, but our party and the oligarchs will not like it. It must cause tyranny, so just let it come naturally, unfortunately. Got your fort, so that'll lower the potential unrest, even though there might be unrest in Corsica. All the ones I personally rule have never become this low. I mean, the capital province, that is. At least the unrest is going down in general, slowly but surely. I think we may have to increase the time, since there's not a lot happening in this episode than I expected, but... Ambitious man, aren't you? As long as you stay loyal. Well, that man hates me more and more. Support's still going down. It's that damn physician again. Oh crap, another disloyal character. How dare you? That man's gonna be trouble. It's because he befriended you. Well, that was a long time ago. The entire army is loyal to him. That's a definite huge problem. I think I done screwed myself in a bit. But hey, the slow army means we make a whole lot of money. We'll get him back on our side in no time. It's just tyranny is a huge problem. It increases the cohort loyalty chance. Unfortunately, he's very healthy. It would take a long time for him to go away, unless I be his friend. A powerful general he is, of great number of loyal troops issues a demand to the bully. Despite the efforts of generous and brave lawmakers, he demands that we abolish our laws against corruption in government. We can only guess regarding the bill threat of what might occur should we refuse. Assembly of citizens. Lower tyranny. I'm all for it. Go ahead. They ain't gonna like it. But we got what he wants. The army's back under state control. And whatever the governor is up to, let him. Planning my demise. Maybe they want Corsica. That means they can never be allies now. Just gotta get approval from them. Well, Carthage, we could turn to them, but it'll take a long time for them to get them on our side. Well, these tribes will be getting more strength and defenses, thus it'll make a longer war. Hey, at least you provide manpower for us. You'll never have another civil war again. And Homero Scipion is still around. I'll import something in a moment. Too bad we can't get them on our side, because we're quite distant. But it's entirely possible if you would improve relations and befriend the man and whatnot to make them feudatory, but it's the distance is the problem. And they're much more stable than I am. Like here. Revolt, that's why. Whatever gets the tyranny down faster, I'm all for it. We may have our very first civil war. Again, it'll happen in the next episode. I almost have no cards to play in order to how to keep them back. Especially that Corsica was a good area to take, but that was for economic reasons. But now he's... Oh, there is one there. You can import. Here it is. But that's from off some other time. Is nobody buying our trade goods? Royalist control. nearly full manpower. Slowly but surely, but at least we got a larger army now, thanks to him. Despite the fact that he threatened me. He wanted a lower tyranny, and I give it to him. And yet I can't get support from the Senate because I can't really pass the acts that they wanted, otherwise that's more tyranny. And therefore, civil war. If that's the way it's going to be, then it's going to be what it's going to be. And even though I wanted to befriend Rome, but that seems impossible now, since they do not have a casus belli against us. But let's just assume that they probably want Corsica in the future. We might as well turn to the Carthaginians if we're that crazy. Or just carve your own damn path and just heal. Well, I mean, I do have a free diplomatic slot for alliances, but again, my ambition is over there. Loyalist control. Nope, it's back to revolt again. The rebels took that little area where the iron is back. Nope, they made another alliance. It's them. That's another problem. That's why we have you on our side and them. And I wish it was you, but you chose that you are gone mad with expansionism. Going to Magna Graecia and whatnot. Probably have to start building a new navy. A large one at that. Especially when we got problems with pirates. Here's one. Here's two. Oh yes, this thing. Don't spend too much. Got nothing to import. But wait for those damn pirates to leave. And then we'll start building more ships again. Iron is gone. Conflicting interests. Slow down. No civil war. Guess they're all coming back to me now. Less tyranny. Less problems. But unfortunately, new stuff creates problems. Okay, spend a little, but that's for the national tax. And who's going to be the new Archon? Oh yeah, the man who threatened to, you know... Now he's going to be running the place. At least we'll assign a new governor to Italy for this. Oh, and by the way... Never mind. Because I was thinking about him and the foreign friends. Oh, that former Archon. Get out of here. You know, that causes trouble. Okay. Stability has dropped. Well, we know that, man. Nothing too important, unfortunately, but we somehow averted a civil war. At least, that's his idea. Man with no martial skill. So he'll definitely put the tyranny down. And I may or may not kill a guy. I'll let it happen. Now, who's going to be running Italia? Corsica. Need somebody competent. Yeah, why him? You know, he's a threat, but he'll do. That's his new post. What? At least we're importing something. But can't import anything here. Okay, what's the agenda? Appointment. Spartacus researcher is a governor who holds a non-researcher office. He's currently a researcher. Well, then that means I have to fire this man, and just for reference. Take over. Even though that's bad statesmanship as a researcher. Now, as for you, we gotta put you in office. I had to put you there just to remember your name. We might get rid of Hector and give him a new position. Oh, he could be more trouble than he's worth. Check his power base. 56. Don't you know that man is the head of a family? Okay, we can't get rid of him. Give him the other office then. I don't... He's just a member of the family. He's not the head. There you are. Sorry about that. Do you know that power base? They're a prominent family here. Friend of the general. Okay, just appoint another office to that family member, but make sure you replace that as a minor character. Yeah, done. That's very good statesmanship. There you go. Problem solved. It's just part of our agenda. Antipolis, we want a temple there. The Alluvian, make them an integrated culture. Yes, it's very tyrannical and it's very corrupt. But around here, oligarchs like it. Okay, we'll try to tone down on the tyranny and we're going to start pleasing all the political parties here. Okay, you'll get yourself a temple, since there is nothing to speak of over there. This city in particular is more Hellenics than Druidics. Yeah, we're almost there. No need for manpower recovery speed. How popular am I? Very popular. Well then. Yeah, this is basically an episode with a lot of lessons learned when it comes to politicking in republics. It's actually more difficult than I originally thought. This is why you gotta start pleasing. Now we're gonna have to integrate a culture. So it's those guys. By the way, of the entire population of this nation, 59 Massalians, that's us. And the Alluvians still outnumber us. Because we have no choice but to accept those people. And we know that whenever we expand more, that means we'll be integrating more of that land. So, again, this is how many of them are there in the culture map mode. This city was once Massalian, but it changed to Corsican and Druidic because all those people migrated. Especially the Illuvians migrated in there. Heck, even here in Massalia, the Illuvian has become the majority here. Unless, no, Vitus hasn't gone native yet. You know, we'll slowly turn them into Massalians, but I guess the Democrats are right. We have to integrate these people. The question is, how? Is it just to pass all of these? That's integration. Yeah, it's just... Again, they outnumber us. Guess we have to increase their rights. So, okay, change the civic right for 5. Political influence, how much it costs. This will start an integration process, which will complete and give them equal rights to our primary culture and protect them from assimilation. Once started the integration process, it cannot be stopped. While integration is ongoing, the country will have the following penalties for stability of each ongoing integration. It's monthly stability change minus 20, which is pretty high. Each integrated culture reduces integrated culture happiness by 5. Well, if that's what Democrats want, we're going to give it to them. This is each single day passes. Aims of oligarchs realize. Oh yeah, we put that man in the office. He got dysentery. Okay, we're trying to please everybody here. Even though I would love to please just one party, and that would help everything. I would definitely love to replace this right now, but remember, that causes stability drop. I mean, you've seen Carthage. Their happiness went all the way down, and they still haven't gone to civil war. Well, it'll cost you 15. That's a reminder. Also, for monetary. So yes, we're granting the Illuvian citizenship rights. They will not be culturally assimilated, except we may be, let's say, eliminating somebody else. But I would love them to be converted more towards Hellenistic. Which we may have to build another temple for that. Heck, even in real life, there are 2 temples in Massalia back then. Now, Corsicans, now that's a people that they should be assimilated culturally. They were able to sort out this civil war. Integrated culture happiness. That may help us in the future. Can't do anything about the food situation. Carthage has no cash spell eye on us. I know Rome and I have conflicting interests, but we need to support one another one day. And we're starting to get together again. And we're going to try to grant these Illuvians some rights. Which, by the way... Yeah, that's going to take a very long time. So it would have been either that, or we could have colonized these people. He gets more units. Whatever makes the army larger and grows stronger for future conflicts. I hope that man dies one day, so we can appoint a more competent and loyal general. That's a problem when you play as a small country. It's gonna be hard to fight against these guys. What about those people? So again, it's either Carthage or Rome. The only thing Rome and I have in common is just a common threat, and the fact that we're of the same faith, Hellenic. And possibly those people up there. But I don't think they've really recovered from that civil war of theirs way back when. Ain't nothing to import. There was a bit of expansion over there. Oh, there goes a bit of my health. Because assassination failed. I know that's kind of far from it, but having you as an ally wouldn't hurt me too much unless you've got ships that you can afford. But if we could bring you under our protection, Carthage cannot hurt you. You might be our best bet to get to the Massalia coast. Having you under our control, and then Constantine and Massalia, that might be the areas that we'll finally expand and take for ourselves. Very far away from our comfort zone, but it may help. At least the slaves are starting to come more around to us. It's 5% each single day it passes. Unless you want to raise something for them. Of course, that depends on which party you're trying to please. I mean, the right of inheritance would, which one is that's good for traditionalists? None of them. Me as an oligarch, well. There's none of them that pleases oligarchs or party. Democrats really care more about other cultures. There's a lot of Louis and Freeman. They offer us assistance. Oh yeah, he's mine. Doesn't need a phone from... Yes. We got the manpower. Money is fine. Just share some wisdom with us. Just get us more political influence. Just help us out with that. Oh, finally we could trade something. Hemp for the freeman, happiness. it's not going to be until many terms later that the tyranny goes all the way down. And as we keep the Senate happy and supportive, then we'll fabricate the claim. Then we'll expand and we'll become a regional power, in which we'll be in the same league as Rome. And maybe impress Rome enough that just ditch one of your allies, then we get to talking. Popular paroxysm. The coalition of Democrats led by Nicanor is at their wits' end. Now they demand a recent direction of Massalia politics be rectified with a hard turn towards the interests of the commoners. Some concessions would show the people that the government of Massalia has not forgotten them, and goes some way in patching the trust of the Democrats. Good thing I got that political influence in that tribesman. So, democratic concession, less population assimilation, oligarchs' approval will go down slowly. There's okay. There, that'll please them. Of course, the general would be the next Archon, and people are definitely behind him. He's a Democrat, very popular. They don't approve me, but the general's very influential. Completed our objectives, and we're trying to complete yours. Unfortunately, people are going to starve out there because we do not control this area. That's the reason why I would love to fight a war against them. So I could take these territories and even expand upon there, and that'll help out with the food situation. So we'll wrap up this episode very soon. As we said before, man, the Illuvians have become a majority, but they'll slowly become Massalian. But unfortunately, those Democrats intervene on these matters, and although we Massalians may become majority again, but these people are going to keep coming here. Sad. Yeah, basically, you know, as we were foreigners in our own land, and now those natives have become the majority here in Massalia. It's kind of like the story of colonial America in a way. You know, when you think of the English and the French and the Spanish and the natives that live along there. And yet, on one side, we're trying we need a culture to assimilate them. So when you assimilate them, then it'll be easier to convert to Hellenic. But not this case. We got one more pop that just migrated here, and thus keeping him in his majority. I mean, I could have easily just switched the policy here, but I kind of need the province commerce. I mean, when we expand a little more, I think that'll be a little bit of any more of a problem. And with these people being starved out, is anybody going to be leaving? Next door. That's what we need. Diplomatic reputation. And reason? Rome. Easier to get him on our side, and also stronger than current allies. He's at war again. Intervening in a revolt, civil war. For future reference. But regardless, at least we have good research ratio after all this. And inverted the Civil War, but unfortunately, tyranny still runs rampant. And if we want to fabricate a claim, I mean, we'll look at alliance, for example. We get less tyranny on whatever act that we may pull. So we gotta continue to please the Senate of all parties. And then eventually we'll fabricate a claim there. At least get at least about 5% more, ideally. And then we may finally expand and finally put this strong army to use. I mean, thanks to his connections. And he's going to be Archon very soon. Especially in the next episode. So we'll leave you for this. Basically, episode 2 has been a real lesson in politics. Of to do and what not to do. And also the cultures. I mean, honestly, if you're going to be playing as a Republic, it would be easier if you're either Rome, Carthage, Athens even, or even an Achaean Republic of any kind. I mean, that stuff would be a lot easier to work with you. But here in Massalia, life is tough. And I think that reflects it here. I mean, we really want to expand to help strengthen our manpower and economy. And also we got to strengthen our alliance with Rome, now that we have the diplomatic reputation. Since, they are a harsh expansionists and whatnot. So if we want to get these guys as an alliance, all we got to do is improve relations, as long as they do not have a cast spell against us, which they do not. Not interested in Corsica yet. It's a good thing. That, and also befriend whoever's the consul there. I mean, I'm leaning more towards pro-Rome than pro-Carthage. So now, the Massalians are back in the majority here in Massalia City. As there are more people here than there are Alluvians. But this area was Massalian, but hardly anybody lives there. All because the Alluvians decide, well, they're going to go live there. There is a farming settlement, which we had built there, as it's home of fish. And don't forget the home of the wine. While we're trying to culturally assimilate that area, which I don't think it'll do much unless we build a city there, which I plan on doing that in the far future. This area will be a city, because it has a port. So, one more act before we get out of here. Oh, I know that guy. He's discovered helping himself a sizable quantity of gold from the National Treasury. It's clearly serious a crime. There's something said for sweeping up affairs like this under the carpet. What's his power base? 4. He's got a holding, I ought to have you flogged for this, for stealing money. Food's gone back to normal gains. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will leave you with this episode. Because on the next episode, the Alluvians will be an integrated culture. At least we're upping the citizenship rights. But not nobles, because that's too much for us. For our culture civic right, as we are a primary culture here. So, as we said before, we had no choice but to compromise with the natives. To say, look, let's be friends. Alright? Despite our past issues with the expansion of the other tribesmen that live there, but... well, again, lessons learned. So we hope you enjoyed this episode, and I guess a basic education, unless you knew that stuff already, unless you played Republic yourself, and unless it convinced some of you that you would rather play Tribal or Monarchy. But I'm more familiar with playing Republics because of past series. So yeah, that was a bit of a harsh lesson. In reality, we've seen the lowest of lows of the support, and now we're going back into the right direction. And tyranny will still be going down, 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 thanks to high Senate support and good charisma and ruler. And soon we will see a man who is somewhat charismatic and popular, and he's got the loyalty of cohorts behind him. The army is with him, and he hopefully will be with us in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.